Oh,
Give me your top three. Give me your top 3 game series that fell off. So top 3 game series that were doing well. Right, 3 different game series that were doing well.
And that fell off.
That fell off.
That's hard.
I've got mine for you. I want to know yours 3.
That's hard. That fell off.
Yeah, that fell off. Like its current state right now is just not good.
So they're still active now, but they're just done.
Yeah, they're still active now, but they're just not
it for you no more.
Well, it could be both. They might not be active because they fell
off. That's actually hard, but I will say one of my series is probably Kingdom Hearts because, yeah,
you know what's crazy about Kingdom Hearts? If you really think about Kingdom Hearts, they've only really had one bad game,
and that matters. It actually matters.
Does matter, but it's crazy how like little mistakes these developers can really make, fam.
Yeah, one mistake.
Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 3 is probably the only one I would say is bad. Is that bad?
I'm glad you know what I'm talking about because that's exactly the one I'm talking about.
Of course, that was terrible. I stopped. You know when I stopped?
Yeah,
I stopped playing that game when I got to. I stopped playing that game early on, bro. I didn't even give it enough time, and I'm happy I didn't, bro. When you get like the second mission, you get to the Toy Story part, yeah.
Damn, you didn't even finish the game.
No, I'm not playing that game. Bro, it was sold. It was sold. Bro, it was too big.
It got better. I can't lie. It did get better, but there's just some.
I watched the game though. I watched everyone play it.
You know what happens then? Fair enough.
Okay. Yeah. But getting to that Toy Story spot was dragging on for so long. It was one of the worst experiences, man. You know, coming from playing Kingdom Hearts 2, I was expecting like I was up here, bro. I was up here.
Expectation up.
Literally.
Crazy, you know what?
So you got Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts is there, but like obviously, like outside of that game, they had some spin-off games that weren't important. Like Kingdom Hearts Recoded is irrelevant, and they sort of like because obviously I had to play the 1.5 2.5 remix, so they had stuff that you had to play, and there were some games that you had to watch. And I can't lie to you, yeah, obviously Kingdom Hearts 3 did fumble. It wasn't terrible by any means, but it wasn't the best of all the games they had. Like Recode, I think is worse. I hated what is it called? Chain of Memories. I did not like that game. The card one. See that's the game where like
card game.
Huh? It was like a card game. So like yeah. So basically like you would fight, and you attack, but you have to like toggle on a card, and that card does like a certain thing. So you have to keep pressing X, go down, find another one. Says 7 hits, and then
that sounds horrible.
I skipped there and watched the story. I'll be honest with you. The story for Kingdom Hearts is good throughout the entire game. It's just that the gameplay in the third one didn't fall through because everything was basically easy. Like the game made it easy for you. Everything looked visually good, but the game was technically easier than all the other games. And I played on proud mode every single game, so I can tell the difference in difficulty. So it was easier. The game made it easier for you with the attraction nonsense, which you couldn't take off. Even if you took it off, it was still there. And what was it? Yeah, no, it's just the gameplay, the music was good, the story was good, the story they can't mess up. But it's like the biggest thing Kingdom Hearts had was the biggest part of the story, like the finale to everything that's going on in the story. I won't say what happens in the story because in case if people hasn't watched it or gone into it yet, but like it's one of the biggest things in that, and the gameplay just doesn't do it justice. But in that sense, I feel like it's fell off in that way, not because of anything else, because Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. Was it decades after? Years after the last game? What was the last game? 2.5. The demo, the prelude to Kingdom Hearts 3.
When did
that come out? 2.5 remix, and that was like 2000 and fucking. That's like 2016, 2017. Like it was ages ago, maybe even before that. You don't even lie, but it's before the demo. But that's like one
the game. The gameplay feels like. Do you know what Kingdom Hearts 3 feels like? It feels like you're playing Naruto Storm, fam. Like you're watching a cutscene and you're just pressing buttons, knowing it's just gonna do everything for you.
You know what? Yeah,
that's what I felt like. That's what
the attraction's taking up.
Yeah, it's too much.
Pick the pirate ship. The second game for me, I'd like to say, this is gonna hurt me to say this because I love this game. It was a PlayStation exclusive, and it's Infamous. Infamous fell off. Infamous 1 and 2, banger, huh? Yeah.
I say, you know what's funny? I didn't really play Infamous. I tried Infamous 2, and I tried Second Son only because it was free on
PS Plus.
Yeah. But go ahead.
The first game was all right. The second game was a massive improvement. I played the second game first, then the first game. And then they had that Festival of Blood DLC, which was really good. It was like a standalone game. That was fun. But Second Son, when they put it onto the platform, it was not good. Second Son had a whole new character because of what happens. A whole new character. The character's not even relatable. Character's kind of an idiot. I'm not going to lie to you. The supporting cast around it's not meh. And then the gameplay itself wasn't that the story wasn't even compelling. The story, I'll be honest with you, the story wasn't compelling as Infamous 2 and Infamous 1. Those stories, the story for that game hit. And like the whole point of Infamous was that you had to pick between one or the other, being a good person or a bad person. But it felt like if I did the evil options, it didn't feel like it was that bad. It felt like, okay, this was fine. Or like, you know, it just felt like the character was there for different reasons. And then the gameplay itself, it wasn't bad, but because like it's weird because in this game, in Second Son, and then they had the DLC after that, First Light. In Second Son, you had more options of powers because you took more powers. But I kind of preferred Infamous 2, and that was just one electric power that had different like sections of it. Like you could have ice in Infamous 2, you could have an ice thing, you stand up and fly up. You could.
Would you say there was more identity with the character in 2? There was more identity, like. When you look at the character, he was more of a character you'd remember than like
memorable. Oh, you know, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes. Cole McGrath, because I remember this guy's name, Cole McGrath. Bro, he was a legend, bro. 100%. The character in the second game was enough to leave an imprint on me for me to go to the first game and the Festival of Blood. Like he was just that good of a character. And obviously, it feels even better because you're shaping that character depending on your decisions as well. Whereas Second Son just feels like he's who he is. It just doesn't. He's not a memorable character.
Do you feel like if you played Second Son as your first ever Infamous game, you'd actually go back to play the rest, like the older ones?
No, definitely not. I would have thought maybe. You know what? I probably would have thought because like it was cool that you had all these abilities and stuff, and that was my first time in it. I'm like, maybe, but I won't lie to you. If I did play that first and then go to Infamous 2, I would delete thingy forever. I would delete it forever. Second Son forever, 100%. So that I think that 100% fell off because there's no new game for that. I don't think there will be. So that game 100% fell off.
What's your third game? It's funny we have different games on our list, you know.
100%. Mine's gonna be more adventure games than anything else. I don't see that's hard. The third game that's falling off. I don't want to say God of War because God of War is really good, but I know the game style is so different.
It's changed more than anything. Yeah. Not so much for that. It's just changed.
It's more like a Soulsborne game now than anything else. What can I say really fell off? Maybe Overwatch, but I like
Overwatch.
Because like I can't think of one right now, but I think if there's one in my head, I'd probably say Overwatch. I know Halo fell off, definitely. But Overwatch 100% I feel like has fallen off.
Because what do you say fell off about Overwatch?
The ambition. Can't lie, I think it's their ambition.
In terms of what though?
Like experimenting and doing different things, like or trying to do different things. Because like they obviously
gameplay wise, you mean?
Yeah, gameplay wise, story wise, everything in every aspect. Their ambition for the game, I think, it's just kind of fallen off because obviously the first game, everyone loved the game. It came out, it was a 5v5. There was obviously broken stuff, obviously stuff that happened in the meta that they changed and stuff. It wasn't always good, but there was a dream there. Overwatch 2, they announced it was meant to be something bigger and better than the previous game. You know, a separate new game, Overwatch 2. Yeah. There was obviously no release date for so long. No release date for that game for so long. And then when the game came out, you just realized it was Overwatch 1 with a couple new characters. And I'll be honest, although they did take away a tank that became a 5v5 instead of a 6v6, it felt like the game itself was like you're just playing Overwatch 1, but just with extra characters and maybe a new map every now and then. And I can't lie to you, they were doing that in Overwatch 1. And it makes it even more funny because they did plan to say that Overwatch 2 multiplayer was going to be separate and Overwatch 2 was going to be a whole new game and Overwatch 1 is going to have like its multiplayer the same, like the quit playing stuff the same. even stick to that, because when you go on Overwatch 1 to plug in or put in the Overwatch disc, like if you pay for Overwatch 1, you put the disc in, it's gonna be Overwatch 2. Like there's no difference in server or like thingy. And then obviously they promised a bunch of stuff. They promised a whole PvE experience that was cinematic and, you know, cool for the characters and stuff. And then we find out halfway through the project that they never planned to do it in the first place. Like the entire way. Yeah, no, 100%. The entire way through.
They're lucky the game's free to play on PC. Like,
yeah, because
no, is it free to play on console, or is you have to buy it?
Free to play everywhere, because they know
they're lucky. They're lucky. Yeah. It's free to play.
Because I think the plan was that they were gonna make it this, and then they were gonna charge for the story mode that they planned to do. But I think, well, to plan, they fumbled it, and they gave you some next B-Tech thing that isn't that. And like, I knew it started to get peak because people who were part of the company were leaving the company. So you can tell it just fell off and didn't do too well. But I guess Overwatch 2, I'd say for me, has definitely fallen off from where it was. People still enjoy it. Like, it's still an enjoyable experience. But in terms of like a game standard, it's not Overwatch 2. It's Overwatch 1. You're just playing what you enjoyed in Overwatch 1. But
same game.
It's a reskin. Yeah. Reskin with different like updates that you could have generally kind of gotten before, with the battle pass scheme that they're now forcing you to have. They're forcing it down your throat.
Yeah, that's laziness, man.
It is 100% lazy. And then
they should have just kept it Overwatch. Don't make it Overwatch 2. They should have just kept it Overwatch. Like,
if you were gonna do that, yeah, 100%. And then the only selling point that makes it so good is like it's free. But yeah, the story mode, free. They failed on it, didn't come out, and they just fumbled.
Okay, so your free was Overwatch. What was the other one?
Kingdom Hearts and Infamous.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts, Infamous, and Overwatch. Okay.
There's probably something else in there, but I was
probably more. I just wanted to make it top 3 in it.
Yeah.
My top 3 games. My first one is Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah, you know what? I didn't think about that.
Bro, Assassin's Creed has fallen off so bad. Bro, it's in peak Assassin's Creed. The first Assassin's Creed was successful. The first one.
Right? That's good.
Man, that Altair. First one. And then 2, they introduce you to Ezio. And then that's where the Ezio trilogy starts. Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and then Revelations. That was the Ezio trilogy. That was the games of Ezio. Anything after that is bullshit. Any Assassin's Creed game after that, any Black Flag, Rogue, Syndicate,
Black Flag.
What's the new one? Mirage.
Oh yeah,
it's all Assassin's Creed 3. Assassin's Creed 3 comes out, but it's not even the third Assassin's Creed game. It's just called Assassin's Creed 3 because Brotherhood is the third one. It goes Assassin's Creed, and then Assassin's Creed 2, and then Brotherhood. Brotherhood's the actual third one. But then Brotherhood and then Revelations. But then they come out with Assassin's Creed 3. It's not even the third one, but it's just called Assassin's Creed 3. It messes it up, so people get confused when you talk about the third Assassin's Creed, which is actually Brotherhood. But that game comes out and it's trash. I didn't finish it because it was trash. Bro, no Assassin's Creed game has been great.
Really?
Since Revelations. None of them have been great. Since I've watched gameplay, I've played some of them. None of them have been great games, because number 1, all the way up until Revelations were not great games. They were amazing games. Like there were some of the best games out on the system.
Yeah.
None of these new Assassin's Creed games since have been some of the best games on the system. None of them.
So you didn't like Unity? I know you changed the combat.
I didn't even play Unity. I've seen gameplay on it though, but it's not the story. The story for these games are not up to par with the stories for the Ezio and Altair games.
You know what? Yeah,
the gameplay. Some of them might have cool gameplay and all of that, but just the atmosphere, the location of where the games are situated at as well. It's not the same. They did this Assassin's Creed 3. They were in in London and all of these. It don't fit the style, fam.
Oh yeah. With
Ezio, you were in Rome, Venice. You were in bro. The style of the games was just quality, bro. Voice actors, quality. Cinematics, the characters you meet, fam. Like it was insane. Nowadays, bro, these Assassin's Creeds are just like they have to stop because they keep making a new Assassin's Creed every single year. They're not gonna get any better. I feel like every year there's a new Assassin's Creed. Syndicate, Unity, Black Flag, Rogue. Bro, they keep making new Assassin's Creed every year.
Liberation on the PS Vita. Yeah, I remember. There was a couple.
It's not.
You know what? My opinion might be unpopular for this one, but I feel like Black Flag for me was one of the last good ones, and then after that, it just kind of just fell off. Because Black Flag, I'm wrong, they changed the combat a little bit, but it was the last bit of the combat system. Because after Black Flag, it was Unity, and then the combat system was entirely different.
Yeah,
like Black Flag resembled some of the things that were in like 2 and Brotherhood, but obviously he was a pirate, so you had the pirate chants, you had the law about pirates, and then they had a DLC that was about a slave who was not a slave anymore and kind of liberated himself, and it was actually a really called Freedom Cry. That's what it was called, and I can't lie.
Oh, I remember that one, Freedom Cry. I remember that as well.
Yeah,
I knew I was missing one.
Yeah, that's part of Black. I think a standalone game to Black Flag, but it was used on the Black Flag system. But Black Flag, I can't lie. I feel like it was, at least in the Freedom Cry one, that was very educational. I feel like I learned a lot from those two, and I guess thingy. But I get what you mean though, because the protagonists are not memorable as Ezio. Ezio got 3 games, just flat out 3 games in the game. Altair got 1, Ezio got 3, bro. Something's crazy if you get more than one game. Obviously.
I know what went wrong with Assassin's Creed.
What? The combat system, the story. They got lazy.
As soon as they stopped being assassins, Assassin's Creed fell off.
Yeah.
What do you mean I'm a pirate? What do you mean I'm a pirate? What's that other what's that? Is it Valhalla or was that another one?
You're a Viking, yeah.
Why am I a Viking? I'm an assassin, bro. I'm supposed to have my hoodie up, my hidden blade. I'm supposed to not being seen. Why am I fighting a war and I'm not being discreet anymore? I'm just I'm like a berserker. Like what's going on? I'm supposed to be an assassin, a Sparta. Like what am I? 300. Yeah. What's that? Like I'm supposed to be an assassin.
No,
assassin. I'm supposed to wear discreet clothing. I'm not supposed to be dressed like God of War. I'm supposed to be having discreet clothing. Have my hood, my hidden blade discreet. We're supposed to be going on missions. I don't like this whole Attack on Titan garbage. We're going to war, charging at the enemy. Nah, man. Nah. As soon as they stopped being assassins and they became pirates and all of these other things, it just fell off. Because
to be fair,
it's Assassin's Creed.
I hear it with the war thing, but Brotherhood did have a war segment where they did kind of go to war. But I guess
it definitely did. But the story led into that though. Like if and also they had to. There was no other way. The story was like, bro, if they could have been discreet with it, they would have, because they're assassins. That's what they go with first.
I hear
but they're also equipped to go to war if they have to. If they have to in it, but like it's that wasn't the main priority. They didn't want to just all out war like that.
Yeah,
they were still assassins, man.
You know what? I hear it. I understand it. The one thing I do miss from Assassin's Creed though was the multiplayer they had, where you could basically be an assassin. You go and hunt somebody. Because Black Flag was the last to have it, but you could be an assassin. You could be hunting someone, but at the same time, you were being hunted as well, depending on how good you did. And you had to spot the right person. It was like loads of, I don't know if anyone actually played the multiplayer, but just to be sure, such a long time ago, you did. So you know what I'm talking about then. Cool. Yeah. Like multiplayer back then, because it was in 2 Brotherhood Revelations, I'm sure, and it had it in Black Flag. But essentially, you were an assassin. You have a target on your left side, top left. You have to go find your target and assassinate them and make sure it's the right person. So you have to notice, because obviously the game will have you in a crowd or in loads of crowds where you can potentially hide, blend in with the crowd, use your like specific abilities like a smoke bomb or something like that. And you basically have to hunt someone, but there's clones of that person all around. So you have to figure out visually who, if he is the clone, if he's acting out of ordinary or he's doing this. But the moment you attack and you get more points, you're going to get hunted too. So you need to make sure you can hit your targets while avoiding your pursuers. Because once you get found by your pursuer, you can't fight them back. You can have an honorable death, but the only way you can stop them from pursuing is if you hide out of sight or if you knock them up from behind. And it was like the only way you would know if they were onto you is if you hear the whispers. And the closer the whisper was, the closer they were to you. And I like that aspect of Assassins. I like that aspect of the multiplayer because obviously it makes you feel like you're an assassin who was getting hunted and being hunted on. So you get to experience both worlds. And I missed that part of the multiplayer. I
can respect it.
Because at the end, as well. And at the end, they would have like accolades that someone got, like someone said the most stealthiest kills, the most flamboyant, like play the games kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone would get one. And it was fun. And obviously it'd be like until a certain amount of time. There was no point limit, but it'd be like a certain amount of time. But it was fun because then you felt like what it was to be an assassin. But now they don't even do that anymore. So there's no
that makes sense.
Most of the games are multiplayer anymore, I don't think anyway. They're all single player.
Yeah, I think they're all single player now. But they need to that's the thing. As soon as they became they stopped being assassins, it became something else. And it just lost its identity. Man.
Warriors.
Warriors were Vikings now. Crazy.
Is the guy even because I know at the start of this games but previously, like this guy is going to this system and he's being the people in the past.
Yeah, Desmond. That's my guy, fam. Yeah, he's going to he's not about like that's what I mean. The Desmond thing should have never died off. The guy is cold. But when you complete the game in I think it's in Revelations or in one of them. When you complete the game, if you get all of there's these little things you can pick up around the whole map here. These like synchronization things. If you get all of them, you get to unlock this secret mission with Desmond where you got to do a bunch of platforming and wall running and all of that.
Yeah.
And then you finish all of that, and you get to play as Desmond, but in the actual game, in the actual city.
For real?
Yeah, bro. You run around as Desmond, like no more Ezio. You can go back to Ezio, but you get to choose to just be Desmond in the city. Like it's cold, bro. It's cold. Stuff like that, bro. They're not bringing that back.
I thought you only had to because I know like you can come out the Animus, that's what they call it. I think you could come out.
Yeah, you come out the Animus,
and there's walk around. But in Black Flag, like obviously in Brotherhood and Revelations or Brotherhood at least, I remember that when you come out, you see your body and your character and stuff. But in Black Flag, when you come out the Animus, because you can do that. I don't know about the other games now. You literally was just some random guy and you're in the first person, so it didn't feel like it was cool to see. It's just some big office you walk around and chat. It didn't feel it was secret before. It was secret in Brotherhood. Like you had to run through a secret place because the Templars were after you, so you had to go in time to stop them from, bro.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. You could be Desmond, like walking around like in Italy, fam. That was cool. But my first game, damn, we said a lot about Assassin's Creed,
Yeah.
So my first one was Assassin's Creed. Second one, Call of Duty.
Wow. You know what?
I'm not talking about Warzone. Warzone is separate.
Yeah,
Warzone is new. Warzone is very new. Separate. Call of Duty, the game you purchase because you don't purchase Warzone.
Yeah,
separate. The game you purchase, Call of Duty.
Bro.
I don't even know where to start, fam. COD has been COD has been bad.
From what point?
Since after. Okay.
She's very wisely what you're gonna say.
I have to think about this one.
You're gonna upset. No. Say your speech. I
don't mind upsetting people because at the end of the day, it is what it is. But I'm trying to think of what I actually believe.
Okay, fair. And when you say COD, which company specific? Actually, I'll let you get into that. But I want to say which company because COD is like 3 separate companies rotating games.
But here's the thing though. I'm okay. I'm putting them all in one. They're all
really.
They're all holding hands because some of these games are made by 2 companies in one. Sometimes.
Yeah, this one was
So they're all holding hands. They all got access to the Call of Duty name, right? So I have to put.
I mean, they all do, When their game comes out, it's just them usually making their own game, with the exception.
Yeah.
They use them.
But I would say, because it's okay to have an off game and then the next game is good again and then an off game or something. But if it's game after game and it's just trash, bro, that's when you actually fall off.
100%.
So I would say after Cold War.
Okay.
After Black Ops Cold War, COD fell off because what did they have?
World
War II. They had World War II, right?
That was before.
That was before Cold War.
Yeah, you mean Vanguard?
Yeah, okay. Vanguard.
Yeah, that's World War II one. Another one. Yeah.
Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare 2.
And then Modern Warfare 2.
And then
now
this
3.
One. Yeah.
Which is that's like 3-4 games. 3-4 games. All pretty trash. Take away Warzone, people would not want to buy that game or anything. People buy the game because in the game you can get camos and stuff, and then get onto Warzone and all of the play zombies or whatever you want to play. But bro, even the zombies is trash. The zombies isn't even zombies.
DMZ.
First of all, why is there zombies in Modern Warfare?
Your guess is as good as mine, bro. It doesn't even make sense.
It's not Black Ops.
100%.
Modern Warfare 3 didn't even have Warzone. I mean, it didn't even have zombies in it. So why are you bringing zombies in the Modern Warfare 3 remastered, and then you make it not zombies? It's damn near you're playing DayZ.
Yeah, you're playing DayZ. You're playing DMZ 100%. You know the Warzone mode on DMZ.
Yeah,
that you're playing that game with zombies, literally.
It's nonsense.
You're playing DMZ with zombies.
And I've heard all the zombies like community. They're not having it. You know, they're not enjoying it. They're not enjoying it.
Bro, I kid you not. When I saw the trailer, and I say when I saw the trailer for the zombies thing experience, I was like, you've just reused. I was still disappointed. Like they just reused, and I kid you not, they reused every Cold War zombie. You know, the Mimic, all the other like the Mimics, the big ones, the guy with the tank. I mean, with the arm thing, the cannon. They reused every single thing in that.
And also, why did they put you in a battle royale map to play zombies? Do you see how big that map is?
Yeah.
They put you in a whole BR map. Like, zombies map was supposed to start off mad small, and you open your way to open up the map to make it bigger, and that's what makes it fun.
Yeah. Especially when it's round-based.
It starts off in a small place, and then you unlock the entire map, and then whatever you got to do, whether it's turn on the electricity or do this Easter egg, or do you figure it out yourself.
It's become easy now,
now you just start off in you literally start off in no man's land. Like, it's just a big area. What is that?
You know what? They said that they were trying to give an experience, like a zombie experience that's different to other zombies, which I guess they did. But at the same time, it's a failed one because they tried to copy. I don't know if you remember, Cold War had something called Outbreak, where you teleport.
I didn't play that.
Okay, so basically, in Outbreak, you'd basically separate from the story because they obviously had their their normal zombie experience. Yeah, with the round-based stuff and they had that. That was always normal, but they had and obviously the last map got expanded, it got bigger. But this one, Outbreak, basically was like a big open map. You'd go around, the zombies everywhere in the open. You go around and shoot. You level up. You do objectives. When you do the objectives, you then at some point can unlock the Pack-a-Punch for that world and stuff, and the perks and stuff. But once because obviously after that you teleport to another world. So it's a whole another map. You teleport to another map, and then from there it becomes harder. So it's like you level up, you shoot all the zombies, you travel, you go where you need to go because loads of distance on the map. And then when you're ready, you can farm if you want. When you're ready, you Pack-a-Punch, and then you go to each world. And each world, the more world you travel to, the harder it is. So basically, even in that sense, it's basically like round 1, round 2 kind of thing. So like it gets harder every world you go to, and obviously the more you need to Pack-a-Punch, the better. But that's basically what Outbreak was. Vanguard tried to do this and made it horrible. They basically made it, they removed everything and basically made it like you're in a waiting room and you just travel to one place to do the objective, then you go back to spawn home, and then you go back to another one and do that. They made it worse. And then this one is essentially DMZ from Warzone, where you basically do missions, objectives in the big map with players around and enemies around. So yeah, they basically
does it even have the iconic sound when you go from round to round? Like,
in what this? An Outbreak?
Yeah, you know that
DMZ
in the DMZ in the new one. Does it have the iconic sound when you go from round to round? Like, it has to have it.
Nope. Nothing at all, bro.
It's just not zombies. It's just horrible. It's not zombies.
The only way you know you're in a different map or different area is when you go onto the map or you travel to a certain destination. It will tell you that it's a tier 2 section, which means that the zombies are slightly stronger than the tier 1 map. Yeah, and then it's tier 3. But I won't lie to you, it's very small. And yeah, there's no the closest thing you'll get to being like, oh, this is zombies is seeing the mystery box, and even then you don't really hear the sounds. And when you pack a punch a weapon, you didn't really hear, like when the first game came out, I did a whole recording. When I pack a punch a weapon, didn't hear the gunshot pack a punch change. It sounded like a normal gun.
It's not Treyarch.
And that's just this. Treyarch, not Treyarch. That's just this. That's just the zombies. The campaign was horrible as well. This is the worst campaign that's ever come out in COD.
See, now I'm not too fussed at. A Call of Duty game, campaign's always important in every game. However, I don't think it holds as much weight as the other game was, multiplayer or zombies. I think multiplayer and zombies are on par with how much weight they pull. A lot of people when they talk about COD, a lot of people when they talk about Call of Duty, they like only mentioning multiplayer. They never really mention zombies as much. The zombies community is just on par with the multiplayer. People play zombies religiously and don't touch multiplayer. Like there's a lot of people that get COD to not play multiplayer. They just play zombies and that's what they do.
That's true.
But the campaign now.
Oh, you're gone.
The campaign now doesn't hold as much weight, man. Because me personally, and I know a lot of people in general, when they get Call of Duty, they don't touch campaign. They go straight to multiplayer or straight to zombies because they know that's what they're going to be playing for years and years, and not like campaign. Like I wouldn't play the campaign and be like, oh, okay, cool. Let me play it again on another difficulty. I mean, I've seen the cutscenes.
No, hell no. That's a one-time.
I'm not trying to shoot at the AI over
constantly.
This ain't. Yeah,
I won't lie though. Campaigns, or at least the Treyarch campaigns, have always been good. Multiplayer, like Modern Warfare 2's Modern Warfare 2's campaign was actually good, but it was a normal fair price for the game. Like it was like the campaign was good for that and stuff like that. And then obviously Cold War and previous CODs have, besides 4, had like ones where you can make decisions and you can change the ending. Especially Cold War made you create your own character, you say your own dialogue, and you can like switch it. Like Cold War was really good of a campaign, but I would say if you have a chance to go back onto Cold War, try the campaign, because I thought I didn't play it before, and then obviously now I've tried. I'm like, yo, it's actually good. You get decisions and it's fun. But I will say for this one Warfare 3, I feel like it matters more because the game is charging you £70, and because it's £70, you're there like, what did I actually pay for? Because when you think about it in like retrospect, multiplayer is essentially Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, but the beta version, because the movement is the only thing that's really changed outside of the guns, obviously, and the custom. And even then, the guns in multiplayer are literally just like 3 new guns from Modern Warfare 3, and every other gun at base, when the base game first started, is basically Modern Warfare 2 guns that you have to unlock doing missions or challenges if you didn't do them before. So you can effectively start the game like Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, sorry. You can essentially start the game with your weapons on before and smoke the hell out of people because you banned that Modern Warfare 2. And while the people who are like playing Modern Warfare 3 for the first time, didn't play Modern Warfare 2, have to stuck with the level 1 guns, and they're gonna get smoked because the people who have their attachments on the previous game, which might have been broken or not, are gonna smoke you and level up quicker. So that's that. And then obviously zombies is not zombies. So really and truly, like you've basically paid for £70 for a multiplayer experience that's basically the same with minor adjustments. Adjustments. You're playing Modern Warfare 2, but just with movement. That's quite literally what this game is.
And also with COD, like here's another thing. This is a bit random,
yeah.
But in COD, they don't always keep, when they bring back OG guns, like weapons that are like fan favorites from previous games.
Yeah,
they don't always keep how like the sound of the gun. They'll bring back the gun, but the gun will sound different. Which is why I think it was in Modern Warfare, they brought back a pack, like a bundle, which had the OG gun sounds. Yeah. And to me, that's mad weird. Making people pay for that is mad weird. The reason why people want the reason why people want certain guns to be back, part of the reason is because they want to hear the sound of that gun. Like when you hear the sound of that specific weapon, you like it's nostalgic.
Yeah,
that's one 100%. Of the main reasons people want it back. Imagine you want, I want this gun back so bad. Like, let's say the ACR is not in the game. They bring back the ACR in the game. You're like, yeah, you shoot it and it sounds way different. It sounds like a ray gun. Like,
yeah,
that's horrible. You basically didn't even bring the gun back. It's lost all its identity. It's just named the same. It's horrible.
And making you pay for it. Yeah, no, they did.
And making you pay for it afterwards. Like, it's not even in the game. You got to wait like after they'll bring out a DLC or something. You got to pay for it. That's nonsense.
There was one actually. Now I think about it. I went over 3. Right?
Yeah, there was
2. There's a Hans Zimmer music pack, which it gives you the OG Modern Warfare 2 sounds and music. So like some of the guns will sound different because of the Modern Warfare 2 stuff. And this is the thing I don't get about Modern Warfare as well. Modern Warfare 3, the way they were doing it before, Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, they were meant to be like, remakes or reboots, I guess you can say, of the previous games with like nostalgia towards the other games. Modern Warfare 1 had Shipment and Shoothouse. I think Shipment was a Modern Warfare 1 map, right? And the boat map and all that stuff. So it had legacy to that. Modern Warfare 2 had Rust, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Modern Warfare 1 had Rust.
I think both of them had Rust. I think.
Yeah, both of them had Rust, and that makes sense. Modern Warfare 2, because Modern Warfare 2 is Modern Warfare 2, innit? But they had Modern Warfare 3 maps. Modern Warfare 3 has nothing but Modern Warfare 2 remastered maps. There's nothing.
And that's nonsense as well. Like bro, Modern Warfare 3, bro, I remember Modern Warfare 3 having sick maps, bro. What happened to Underground, Resistance? Like, what happened to those maps? Underground was the London map. Like, I used to bang that, bro. What is it's not even it's so lazy. It's not Modern Warfare 3 at all. It's Modern Warfare 2 with added movement.
It's like, literally false advertisement, 100%. And they said it's a premium nonsense. Game.
I have not bought that game, by the way. I'm saying all this information from watching the game. That's literally it.
I have the game, I didn't pay for it. So that wasn't illegal. It was given to me as a gift. But yeah, no, like 100%, I wouldn't say it's worth £70 because when you factor in what they've done, it makes it even more pathetic because they said that it's a premium game, yet you've made no adjustments to the game before. You've used the source code from the previous game. I know you've had a year or less. They had like, I think, a bit over a year to finish this game, but you could have always just let it go in rotation and do something else. Because the multiplayer, again, like I've said, it's basically cut and pasted. Modern Warfare 2 guns, costumes, skins, and then some guns here and there. But the campaign as a whole is garbage. The zombies isn't even the zombies. So it's like you just have 2 placeholders and 1 multiplayer for £70. And it's the goal to say that, it's bad actually. It's bad when people say, when on their announcement thing, they said, thank you guys for the engagement to the game. Not sales, engagement. Usually they say sales. Engagement. That's how they know their game did not sell.
Thank you for even paying attention to it.
That's literally what they said. The engagement. They basically admitted it themselves, but in the most slyest way possible. It's bad when Lethal Company, an indie game, is outselling COD. Like currently in this day and age, like Lethal Company, it's a fun game by the way. Is outselling it. It's outselling COD. It's crazy. Say one more thing about this content because I know this is like thinking, but
go on.
Movement. I don't understand people talking about a movement in a Modern Warfare 3 game, a Modern Warfare game, because obviously, like, they're like, oh yeah, but the movement's like this. The movement wasn't the way it was before. I'm like, no Modern Warfare in previous back in the day played like these Modern Warfares. Like, no movement was like that. And I'm like, you don't go to Modern Warfare for movement. You go to Treyarch. Like, I'm pretty sure every COD...
and also, oh my God, go ahead,
yeah,
bro.
Like, every COD has their own identity. Like, you go to Treyarch for zombies and the fast, unlimited sprint and movement and the run and gun playstyle, right? You go to Treyarch, you go to Sledgehammer for the more experimental games, like, let's say, Advanced Warfare, the jetpacks and all the crazy stuff, yeah? And then you go to Modern Warfare for the more tactical stuff. So like the more tactical things, like you run, you're tactically having your gun on the side, stuff like that. So when people hate Modern Warfare 2, I didn't quite understand it because like that's exactly what Modern Warfare has always been about. But you hate it for not having fast, high-paced movement where it's unrealistic that you're avoiding bullets like you are Modern Warfare 3. That's a Treyarch, man. That's a Black Ops thing. So I don't quite understand why people hated that in that sense. Freeze games.
And also, people didn't start complaining about movement until after Black Ops 4.
Black Ops 4.
Yeah. And 3 and 4. And you know what's crazy about this? Because Black Ops 3 gets so much hate as a game, even though, in my opinion, Black Ops 3 was the best COD of all time.
That's one of the best. No, 100%. That's one of the best. That was fun.
But that game split the community in half also, because people were like, "Oh, what's this jetpacking? Like, you can jetpack and stuff." Even though it was also an Advanced Warfare, but the Advanced Warfare movement was not as good as the Black Ops 3 movement.
It was nowhere near as fluid.
Yeah, it wasn't fluid. And like, people criticize Black Ops 3 so much, yeah. But if you actually look at what Black Ops 3 gave the community, content-wise, it was the most packed Call of Duty content in terms of be weapons, be camos, be whatever. It was so packed. Yeah. Movement. It had the best movement out of any of the games.
Definitely.
One, the movement itself was a skill gap. It had the most movement skill gap out of any of the CODs.
100%.
No other boots on a game, no other boots on the ground COD has the biggest skill gap when it comes to movement than Black Ops 3.
Yeah, you had the slide, you had the X.
You had the slide, you had the X, the
wall jumping as well. The
wall jumping, wall running as well, bro. It had the best.
Then, you couldn't avoid the best game for that.
Yeah, bro, it was the best game for clips. Best game for clips. Best game for moments. Bro, it had I think it had the best DLC weapons in there. Because it had older DLC weapons and new DLC weapons. Time to use best melee weapons in the game.
Good maps. Redesign
best maps as well. Redesign maps. It gave us some old maps and new maps.
Yeah.
Bro, colors. It was the most beautiful game. It was the most colorful CODs to look at. A lot of these CODs came out. World War II came out. Vanguard came out. Cold War came out. Modern Warfare 2. The maps look grey. It's grey, foggy. I can't see. Someone's on the head glitch, and I can't see the top of his head because he's hid behind 10 different rocks. I can't see him.
Yeah.
Black Ops 3 had colors. It was beautiful to look at. Sceneries. You know what I'm saying? It was actually nice, visually, aesthetically pleasing. That's
100%. It was the start of a new era as well.
But after that, people start complaining about Modern Warfare comes out, Modern Warfare 2 comes out. All these games come out, they're like, movement is bad. We need better movement and all of that. But on Black Ops, you lot were all complaining about jetpacks and all these different things. And what else were they complaining about? Specialists. Yeah, specialists were OP as well, but they made the game a lot more fun. Take away specialists from Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, the game is actually less fun than if you leave it in. As 100%. Broken as it is, the game becomes less fun.
I don't think the operators were even broken like that because every character had something unique, like they could use in certain situations.
It was definitely broken. Who was broken? Some specialists were more broken than others, but like you have
Firebug, Nomad,
the Firebreak. Well, even I think a lot of them were broken. Even what's the electricity one again?
I know it's not Seraph. I know exactly what you're talking about though. And it's like Sojourn. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
Tempest.
Tempest.
It was Tempest. It was definitely Tempest. Tempest was nuts as well. Black Ops 4 has some 6 specialists, but I think specialists were cool.
They nerfed it down in 4, but 3, I can't lie. I feel like 3 had different utilities. You had one that was a sniper that could use her ability when she unlocked it was to look around for stuff. You had one that had one annihilator gun that one shot you if you were too far.
You had the spiral.
Yeah, sorry, spiral.
Yeah,
that's what
Vision Pulse as well.
Yeah, that was her one. Yeah, Vision Pulse.
Yeah,
see, and those unique.
Bro, they were unique. It made gameplay fun. It just made gameplay fun, honestly.
Had the gravity spikes. You had the one that can overdrive, goes fast. You had one that can go back in time a couple seconds. It was gonna if it was in a bad situation.
The glitch.
Yeah, glitch. Yeah. Glitch. Had the other one, the gun where he electrifies you and they can get multiple enemies. You had Spectre. That's one I use the most. Had the blade, the Ripper blade. It can stab you from close or even go invisible. Yeah, nah. And then obviously the zombies as well. Sorry, I forgot to say end. I don't think I mentioned.
I was about to go on to that.
No, go ahead. That's you.
I was about to go into that because obviously my main point is that Black Ops 3 was the best COD, and also it gave the most amount of content than any other COD. The zombies, Yeah, bro, the zombies was the best zombies ever. There's no zombie experience you can find in any Call of Duty that is better than the Black Ops 3 zombies. And I'll tell you why. Because the best zombie games from the older CODs that everybody likes, be it Kino the Totem, be it the Giant, be it all these older COD maps people like, right? They are in Black Ops 3. They're in the game. And then there's new... Yeah, exactly. They're in the game. And then there's new maps in the game that are also amazing. So there's no complaining about I want to play the old maps that are in there. And the new maps are also very good. And they're deep, bare Easter eggs, bare stuff you can do. So there's no complaining on the zombie side. I don't think the zombies community have had more content since Black Ops 3. Like better content than what Black Ops 3 gave them.
100%. Shadows of Evil. You know what? If I was old enough back in that time to play, I would have happily spent money on DLC on that, because I can't lie to you.
Yeah. I had everything on that game. I had all the DLC for... I didn't have all the DLC weapons, but I had all the DLC content for the game.
Really?
Like content in terms of maps and zombies maps. I just didn't have all the weapons.
Nah, you're serious, bro. I can't lie. Shadows of Evil was sick as well. Like the game when you gave you like, if you didn't get the Zombie Chronicles, you'd only get like one map, and that was obviously you want to get the Giant. I think you only get the Giant if you pre-ordered, but you get Shadows of Evil. And I can't lie to you, even now to this day, I'm still playing that game. And then the OST, this song that would play in the background, I hope you can hear it.
Yeah, I hear it,
bro. Imagine round start, you just kill someone, you hear this. Bro, you just...
That was a tune, fam. Hey, that was a tune.
Like a man with a suit. Bro, I can't lie. That's the one thing I will say, though. Zombies do nail, like, the theme they're trying to represent. They nail it with the OST. And obviously, every stage has secret songs. I forgot about that as well. You won't see that in any of the new zombie experiences now. But they had, like, Easter egg songs. Cold War was the last one that had it. But yeah, no. Like you said, Black Ops 3 is just the best in every aspect. Even the campaign was good. I played it a little bit of it. I didn't really play campaign back then. But even then, it was still good.
Yeah. So I would say Call of Duty fell off. Definitely fell off right now. It's not in a good spot right now, I don't think. I think Warzone is the only thing saving it right now. Take away Warzone, the game is not good at all.
It's not performing, it's flopping. Yeah, no, 100%
so,
right.
Damn, that was only my second game. That's crazy. All right. My last one, my third game is Gears of War. I don't know if you played Gears of War.
You know what?
My third game is Gears of War. Gears of War 1. Gears of War 1. Nah, not even Halo. I chose Gears of War because I like Gears of War more than I like Halo. It hurts more. So Gears of War 1 was great. It's the introduction. You get introduced to Marcus, my guy Dom, bro. Gears of War 1. And then the last boss, you beat Ram. That game was... I watched that game more than I played it. I did play it as well, but I watched it more than I played it because I was watching my brother and like my uncle were going through the campaign. I was just watching it. I was mad young as well. But it was just sick. Yeah, that was the first time I played a game that was so gory, like so much blood. I was like, yo, like, this is different. I see all these shooting games, Call of Duty, all these other games, like no blood. I'm not really seeing it. That game was gory, fam. I was like, this is crazy. What's happening?
So from and then,
yeah, bro, that game was great. I was like, what's this? What's happening? Then Gears of War 2 comes out. Best story mode out of the Gears. Story mode is amazing. But that campaign for Gears 2, especially around that time, I was playing the campaign with my older brother. So we were both playing the campaign. I was always playing 2. He was playing 1. Like, yeah, bro. If you've played Gears 2, Gears of War 2, you know that experience. Even if you played it by yourself, you know that experience is great.
No, 100%.
Gears of War 3 comes out, and it's an even better game. The campaign was great, but the campaign for 2 was even better. Not because the campaign for 3 wasn't good, but 2 was just even better than what 3 was. Damn. But the gameplay for 3 was better than the gameplay for 2. So overall, I would say 3 was just better than 2 was because the gameplay was just that much better as well. So 3 was great.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3 were great. Now, then I know when they got it wrong, fam. Because
which one?
Spoilers for Gears 3. So if you don't want to hear spoilers about Gears of War 3, now's the time to mute your ears
or skip ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Now they killed off. Yeah, I'm pissed off. They killed off my character in Gears of War 3, fam.
Oh, Marcus.
Nah, bro. I was player 2. Player 1 was my older brother. Mark, was playing Marcus. I was playing as Dom. Yeah. They killed off player 2 in a cutscene, bro. Oh my days. He got in this car, yeah, with it was full with explosives. The whole group was like ambushed and there was no way out. So my character goes in this car, in this big truck filled with explosives, yeah. And he just starts driving full speed. Marcus is on the line to him, like, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, oh, I have to do this. It's the only way to stop. Bro, he was like, nah, don't do it. But my character, Dom, was just like, nah, I have to, fam. Bro, man just drove into the scene, explosive, just blew up, fam. Like, bro, it was, I cried, fam. Bro, I was like 12 years old. Player 2, I played Gears 1, 2, and 3 as the same character, Dom. I'm 12 years old now, or whatever, how old I am, yeah? And I'm like, this, and bear in mind, it's not the end of the game, bro. This is mid-game. It's not the end of the game, bro. This is mid-game. My character just gets murked off.
They said you got to swap now. Oh my
bro, my character just gets murked off. Bro. And then after it's done, my older brother still has his character, Marcus, main character, yeah. I'm playing some next brother. Like, I'm like, what?
Who's this, man?
Bro, they done player 2. Whoever was player 2, if you played co-op, they done player 2 so dirty. But that game was still great.
Okay.
But then that game comes out. Then the next Gears comes out.
4.
I have no memory of Gears 4. I have zero memory. I remember when the game came out, and I looked online to look at it, and just looking at it alone, I was like, this is not
it. You weren't
Gears 5, I wasn't feeling it. Gears 5, I don't remember the name of Gears 4. I don't even know if it was called Gears 4.
It was called Gears 4.
It was called Gears 4. Okay.
Gears 4,
Gears 5 now. Gears 5, I've not played, but I've watched gameplay on Twitch of people that still play Gears 5. I know it's got a competitive side to it and stuff.
Is it even still going? Wow.
It's that game's not it either, fam. It's not it.
No,
it's not it. That game's losing its identity as well, fam. They killed off my character, bro. I'm pissed off. I'm holding it to heart still.
It broke your heart. You never thought to get back to it again.
Nah, it's done. They killed off. Player 2 side. They killed off my character. It's done.
You were never the main.
Done. It's over, fam.
Damn, they should have the side. And he was in the game. What was he the playable character from the first game all the way up to then?
Yeah. So basically, from Gears of War 1, it was always Marcus player 1 and Dom player 2. Gears of War 2, Marcus and Dom. 3, Marcus and Dom. Midway through the game, murked him.
Damn. So hold on. Did you not thingy though? When you got So what do you say it's falling off now because like of the gameplay now because of the story elements in 4 and 5?
Yeah, it's falling off now because of the story elements and also interest. People just are not interested in even playing the game. When's the last time you heard hype around the Gears?
I've never heard
community. Do you know what I'm saying? It used to be like that though. When Gears came out, 1, 2, 3, that game was hyped up, man. Like it had hype around it. Nowadays, it's not the same.
Not for real. I think I played Gears 3, the Horde mode. That's the only
Horde mode was amazing. That's one of the best game modes I've ever played in any game. And bear in mind, a lot of games have like a Horde mode type.
Yeah.
But the way they done that mode in 2 and 3 was amazing, fam.
It was crazy. And I've never had more fun fighting against AI before. I don't usually like fighting AI.
Yes.
So
like it was cold, bro.
It was nice. Just making sure you finish it. But yeah.
Yeah. So okay, that's all 3, but that leads into one last question that I have here. Should companies stop making new games once they hit a peak? Once you've hit a peak of like, yo, we made the first game, which was great. It got everyone excited. We made the next game, which was even better. And then we made another game, which was like crazy, damn near the best thing we've ever made ever. Should they stop where they're at that point and just keep adding to that game? Or should they just keep releasing new titles until it flops?
I mean,
one of them doesn't do good. Does that one game that doesn't do good ruin the whole reputation?
I mean,
and is it worth doing?
I want to say no. It really depends, because obviously, if the game is finished on a good ending and you could finish it there, then why not just leave it in glory 100%? But if it hasn't gotten to that point yet and it's still good, and your ideas aren't forced because the company sent you to make another game, then 100% I feel like you should continue and see. And if obviously people don't like it, people don't like it. But I know what you mean, though, because obviously if you've made something that you can't possibly top, it's going to be really hard to top it and do any better than it. If you've already reached peak, how can you go more peak unless you make some risks in the game development? You make some risks and try to do something new. Like, for example,
Fortnite should never do Fortnite 2. Keep it Fortnite.
Oh, it's impossible. Fortnite will never. I don't know if Fortnite will die down, because everyone thought after its couple seasons it would die down, but Fortnite just keeps expanding and it keeps adding more and more elements to the game so that it would never truly die.
You know why Fortnite's not dying?
Yeah,
because Fortnite is the trendiest game because they capitalize off of like current trends. If something 100%. Trends on the internet right now, Fortnite will be like, okay, let's put that trend in the game. Oh, there's a new dance. There's a new dance. Okay, put it in the game. Oh, there's a new this, that. Okay, put it in the game somewhere. That's why they're also not full enough. Yeah, make you pay for it as well.
True, no, 100%. That, and now, if let's say you're playing, like before it used to be everyone was playing with building. Now you don't even have to build. You can play zero build and just shoot. If your problem was that, oh, I hate building, you don't have to worry about that now. Or let's say now, even now, you say, oh, I don't want to build it. I don't want to play the battle royale. Cool. Play the minigames people have created. They've created a whole new thing where you can play their own other game modes that they've made, or you can even play like created modes with other people, like hide and seek and all that stuff. Or even now, you can play flipping Guitar Hero, basically. You can play Guitar Hero in the game. Yeah, Guitar Hero. Or you can play Rocket League. Like they can play Rocket Racing, literally by Rocket League, because they have a collab with them. Like the game is so far off that, like, even if you didn't want to play the Battle Royale, it's not just about the Battle Royale anymore. So like they've created more. But for that case, that's why they're different. But they've taken risks, and obviously those risks, depending how small the risks are, the benefits of them have always been good for them. So I think that's why they're so up there. But I feel like for something like what do you mean, like a story game, or do you mean like any game in general? With your question,
any game in general.
If any game in general, it's a bit like, obviously with fighting games, you have to take risks sometimes here and there. Some games will do better than others, but as long as you get the funding to make another one or try again, that's all good. Like obviously, I know if I was mentioning Street Fighter, I
think with fighting games it's worse. With fighting games, they have to take into consideration even more, because fighting games, you don't get a new game every year like a Call of Duty or some Assassin's Creed or one of these other games. A fighting game will last literally 6-7 years until you get a new one. So if you have a successful fighting game that's really working well, and you decide, oh, it's great, but we're going to make a new one anyways. You make a new one, and then that game doesn't captivate people. People don't like it. Well, you're stuck with that game for another 5+ years.
Until they get the money to somehow manage to get one and do it again. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah,
Virtual
Fighter, you have to be so careful.
With fighting games, I think it's more dire. I feel like with fighting games, you might have to just leave it as that. But at the same time, people are always going to ask for more. But if you get enough money to continue to do it again, then go ahead. But I feel like your plan, if you're doing a fighting game, is to 100% end on a good part. And if there's any demand for it, you can try. Because at least at that point, it was, based on popular demand, we're going to try to do this again, rather than we're going to make another one. Because I know Virtual Fighter came back and said, here's Virtual Fighter 5. If you guys like it, or was it 6? I can't remember what it's called. If you like it, we'll make another one or a new one. The game didn't do too well. So that game basically died. But it's one of them things there where you shouldn't stop.
I mean, with fighting games, it's like, here's the thing with fighting games as well. We know that when a new fighting game comes out, the old fighting game doesn't really get supported anymore. Whereas if that wasn't the case, if they still supported the older games, for example, Call of Duty still supports older games as well. Maybe depends to an extent, but the game doesn't you don't just get a new game and then the old game doesn't get no updates anymore.
That's true.
Like after Cold War, the game still got some updates to it. after the next game was out. Like,
oh yeah, no, that was still being played. The
yeah, that's why like, you still but with fighting games now, the server will stay up. You'll still be able to find games online for who's about, but the game don't get normal type of updates when the new game drops.
Or security,
when that was if that wasn't the case, if the game still got updated, that wouldn't be too much of an issue that we have to wait 5+ years for the next game, or if it's going to be a good game or not. Because we're like, okay, I still have this old game that I still like, and it's still getting supported. Okay, well,
play it for the time being. Yeah,
100%.
But with like story games that come out once in a while, I do feel like it probably will be. Yeah, it probably will be.
So do you reckon there should? Okay, so you reckon there should? It depends on the game. If they should,
I think it depends on the game. 100%. Okay. Yeah, if it's a story game, I feel like 100%. You should end on a good note. If you end on a good note, you do good. End it there, and then if popular demand comes to finish off the series or add more, then do it. Like Heavenly Sword was a good game for me. You don't need to continue that. Infamous 2, I'll be honest, the way it ended, the way the game was, I wouldn't have minded that it ended on that, because that's when it should have ended, and it did. And then they had that little DLC, and even then that DLC was good. That ends on a note there. It should never have continued to Second Son, but they tried to profit off of great franchising.
That's what they always do, man. They always do so well, and they know that if they do well, they can make a next game and cash grab. People will just get it based on the previous game, and then it does
milk it,
and then it's just like literally milking it, bro.
What about you, though?
Me, I think it does depend on the game as well. If it's a fighting game, I don't mind them like making a new game, even if the other game is really successful, as long as they don't stop supporting the game that is successful. Don't put all your eggs in one basket and just completely forget that other successful game just to hope that the next game is just as good or even better. Keep supporting the other game, because you never know. If it's like an adventure game or story game, honestly, if it's an adventure story game, I don't think they should stop making new ones, because once you complete those games and you do everything, there is actually nothing else to do. A fighting game can keep going. You keep fighting new opponents. You can keep training, whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas it's kind of endless. A fighting game is endless. It doesn't really end. You can just keep going. Whereas story games, they do end. At some point, you finish, you complete everything, and there's nothing else to do. So then you actually do want more by default. You want a new game.
Yeah.
Even if the story ends, like it's like
end game.
There's no replayability afterwards.
Yeah.
A fighting game, there's always replayability. Yeah, on a fighting game, you can always just play. Whereas on story games, where the game actually ends, the story ends, there's nothing else to do. There's no replayability, so they're kind of forced to make a new game, right?
Yeah,
which is fine. But then it's like, just make better games. 100%. Because we're kind of talking about games that are falling off, right? I'm pretty sure if they make a bad game, they'll get critiques on it, which you should, but don't continuously keep making bad games over and over again.
Yeah,
and all make mistakes, which is fine, but if it's a continuous thing, you got to be able to bounce back with something decent.
You know what?
That applies to any game.
That's very true.
That's what I say.
Because you're right though. Because DMC literally 1 was good, 2 was horrible, and if they stopped that 2, we would never have gotten 3, 4, or 5. 5 nearly never happened. So yeah, it is. Yeah, I think I'm actually my answer on that one. I think it, like for story games, you're right. I think they should continue even if it does go bad, because they can
just make it a good product, man. Just make sure they keep. Like they need to start rushing things or just trying to cash grab off of things. Make sure if you flop a game, the next one can't flop now. It has to.
If you get another chance, and in some instances, depending on how it's funded, you might not get another chance. If it's not AAA rated.
Yeah.
Some games will just die and stay dead and never be funded again because of how bad it did. It depends how bad it does, obviously, as well. Cyberpunk still did good enough to, despite its horrible launch, still did good enough to now become one of the better games. I won an award at the Game Awards, I think, for most consistent game, or I don't know what it won.
It got a lot of updates that fixed the game over time.
Yeah, 100%. They fixed the game from the boot up. So it really just depends on your attitude towards it. But yeah, no, 100%. I think I agree with you. I think it should be, if it's a story game or something like that, 100% make new ones. But if it's like a multiplayer game or fighting game, if you fumbled, it really does depend. You should just stop and just leave it for a time being. And then if you get it just depends.
Yeah, It really does.